Hi there! What I want to do today is one of my favorite videos on YouTube. It's a journal flip through. For this, I have my 12th journal. Usually I take Scribble That Matters, but for this one I was in Germany, so I bought one in a shop. It was pretty good, but the paper was kind of thin. And I sticked on a little sticker from a band I like, because I saw them this summer and they gave me a sticker. Then on the first page I have a lot of other stickers of cards, business cards of illustrators that I loved, and another page of business cards from artists I loved. I saw this one at a photo exhibition, and this one too, but I love the pictures of this one. There is red and blues that are really amazing. Then I have my little moon calendar that I found in Germany. It helps me know when I'm gonna sleep or not. And I have my landing page, kind of, because I'm a web designer too, with my custom stamp I did myself, and I love it. It's so pretty with my name on it, and the moon I have as a tattoo. This one. So yeah, it's kind of my signature. Then what I have is a list of wishes and objectives. Everything I have to do per month. It's kind of messy, but it helps me organize myself. Cultural and actualities recap for each month, with everything I've read, listened to, or saw as movies and series. And also what are the actualities of the month in terms of political or economical or environmental, and also personal kind of stuff. And I love to keep a track of what I did and what was the actuality and what are the releases of the month, because it's a whole that is my life. For example, in December I wrote that Kendrick Lamar did an album, and also Halsey, and I have a little card. It was my transport card in Paris. This big page of numbers and crossed and lines and a graphic that are everything that I do every day. It's a habit tracker with, for example, how I slept and how much I slept, and my mood in the morning and my mood in the evening. Then there is kind of private stuff, but here is, for example, the cultural or artistical stuff I did. And I have this for each month. I outline the Wednesdays and the weekends so I can easily fill the blocks. Then we have the first month where I started this journal. It was July, and this is my collage for July. We have a little calendar with everything I did in the boxes, and we have a box with everything I have to do. And we have a weekly page, kind of a typical weekly page for me, with boxes of stuff I did, with pictures, with a to-do list, and with a cutout page. I love cutting out pages to have the sensation of having just one page for my whole week, when I actually use two. And it's the same principle for my habit tracker. I cut out the edges of the pages. When I cut out a piece of page, I stick it to another couple of pages, so I don't waste my paper. This month was pretty full because it was one of the first months I did work at Le Bon Marché in Paris with Ex Libris Paris. It was a great adventure, really hard to do 10 drawings a day, but it was a great adventure. Then we have August, with pictures of my friends and I, and a group of friends of my mom. I have here a messy page with little pictures, and also the cover of a book I lost. I didn't lose the book, but I lost the cover because of the sand and the water, because it fell into the sea. And here is again my signature on the first page. Here is a little ticket for a festival I did, Rock en Seine, with a friend called Selma that I love so much. And then here is a band I saw live. I have again pictures, and here is September. It's a really sunny collage and I love it. With a full month with colors, I printed out the whole page and then I just cut it and sticked it on. I kept the same color theme for my pages. So here is my week. And here is the card of an association I worked with. I was part of it and I did shows on stage with them. I saw Emilia Perez with my boyfriend. Kind of hard to watch, but I loved it in the end. I was living in Bastille at the time. I can put some pictures of Bastille. It was so beautiful. And I was really lucky to live there. I like to print and cut out some little stickers of to-do lists so I can highlight what is important, what is not important, and what I have in mind. October. And I like this collage a lot because it's really October vibey, autumn vibey. And here you see I have every week written there, the numbers of the week, and here I have little cutouts for every week, and I can just skip to my last page or skip to my this week. I decided to start filling my weeks in that way. And this is a beautiful page. November was really artsy. It reminds me of a friend of mine called Emily Rose, and she has this kind of aesthetic with pink and abandoned places. And I don't know why I put a tank, but it was just because of this destruction of this building I wanted to include. But this is her vibe, and this is her vibe, and I love it so much. I kept doing my weeks in that way. I was feeling like it gave me more room to fill, but in the end I didn't like it because I have to switch my journal every time I fill a week or I watch my month. And here is the week I did this amazing kind of illustration festival. It's on a weekend and it was so cool. I can only recommend you to do it because I met some amazing illustrators. We have then December, same pattern with the little to-do box and the little calendar, and this month was pretty red and pretty jazzy. And here I have a cute little message from my grandparents for Christmas. So here was Christmas, and then we started January, and I kept working from Tuesday to Thursday, and I had a lot of activities, but I was really tired, and I did also some jobs, and I had a cute book nook for Christmas. So I did it, and I am obsessed. I want to do some more because it's so satisfying to build together the little pieces and have the result in the end. I think I prefer to build it than having the result. So maybe I can build some for people who don't want to build them and then give them to them. I changed again the layout for this one, and this is the one I keep using today. So I have 8 columns in total, and I have a to-do column, and then I separate in 2. I cut it in 2, and this is the space for my to-do list, and this is the space for what I did during the day. We have February, and actually I did a really messy collage, but I did a pretty one at the end because I had a magazine called Erotica from Gaze, and I loved it so much. It was so pretty, and I decided to cut out some pieces and stick them together. And I decided also to have bigger calendar so I can write everything I have to do in detail, a longer to-do list on the side. I saw A Complete Unknown with my boyfriend in Manosque in the south of France when I was to my grandmother. And I found a little sticker on the floor, and it's so cute, I love it. So I sticked it in my journal. Sometimes I draw how I'm dressed. And this is a shirt of my boyfriend and a little skirt, a long skirt, and I had a top underneath. At the end, I had almost nothing to say, and I didn't fill the page during the months, so I stuck some stuff. This is my grandmother writing, and this is a poem I got from a show. It was a Tunisian artist, his name is there. He decided to write poems about the songs he was singing. I was there with Maris Ben, a singer, which is releasing her next album soon. Then I have the collage I was talking about. I love the vibe of this one because it gives a sense of, here is written erotica, and it gives a sense of the army with the pictures of Pretty Lady, but also a Bible course here. And it makes sense for me because the second page is more about the war and the revolution of women. And so here is an article about Gaza. And this was when Trump came back at the power in the USA and Musk did a Nazi salute. I wrote that because it was pretty alarming to me and because it's part of my life too, to be really anxious about what is going on. So I keep track of these kind of moments. We have then a desire month. I don't know why it's a desire month, but I was inspired by these pages of the Erotica magazine, and I kept doing my bigger calendar and my bigger to-do list. This was a pretty full month because it was my last month of work and I had to finish all the projects and also find where I wanted to live next, and I did all of that, so great. Here is a poem and a picture I had from my work. It's an exhibition, it was in a magazine, and I cut it out and it's full of details, it's so amazing. I drew here my outfit from a day I spent with my co-workers at the museum. We did the MAIP Social Club and then we did the Grand Palais to see the exhibition of Chiota. She's amazing, you must see this exhibition. I don't know if it's still running, but I will include pictures, it was so beautiful. And then I saw, and this is her card, Valérie Cranleu. She's a great artist around the roots and the earth and the trees and nature, but also science and a bit of mystic. So I loved what she proposed. And here I got the apartment. So I wrote it and I started a new journal when I moved out. I also got my graduation day, and here is my name. And there's also names of all my friends, all of the people I studied with, and I'm so grateful for that. Here is another collage. I did this one in Germany during a workshop and I like it. But also I was thinking it was really great with this poem. So I put them together, but I don't want to stick it because I don't want to hide half of the collage. And here is the end of the journal, and also I sometimes really journal in my journal, like I write everything I have in mind to free me. So yeah, and here I have from a bubble tea shop, New Chinese Year card of reduction, but I kept it because it's so pretty. So yeah. This was my journal flip through, and I hope you liked it. I will have to edit it because for now it's 20 minutes long. Hope you've enjoyed watching it. Bye bye.